Well, P1 student, thank you for coming back to your third art lesson. Before we start, let me share a Bible verse with you. Yet the news about him spread all the more, so that crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed of their sickness. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Now, during this time, when you are learning from home, I know you're very busy and your parents are very busy and so are your teachers. But remember, you have to take time out to pray and to talk to God and for God to talk to you. So you know what you're focusing on in life. So let's move on with our lesson. Last week we talked about the different buttons. So let's take a look at two examples from P1B. So this one is by Tiffany from P1B. You can see the pink towel and the beautiful rainbow. Now, I wonder why Tiffany used yellow paper instead of white paper for her buttons. But they are very colorful against the pink. Great job, Tiffany. Here we have Nathan's buttons. They have flowers. You have cut them out so carefully. Good job. And I like the way each petal has a different pattern and colors. So before we move on, we're going to think about the different types of line we can put on our pictures. So the first one is horizontal line. Horizontal line goes from one end all the way across to the other. So I would like you to give it a try. So take out your painter's finger, find a spot, and go all the way across. We'll do a long one, and then we'll do a short one. And we'll do two close together. Good. All right, so that's horizontal line. Next, we have diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are lines that are straight, but they go on an angle. So let's take our painter fingers out and go from the top down to the corner. Let's try it again. Up here and down here. And then let's try the other angle. Ready? Down here. Let's do two close together. Very nice. Good job. All right. So the next one is zigzag. Zigzag lines are made out of different diagonal lines. Those are big zigzag. Let's try some little zigzag. Good. Very good. Last but not least for today, we are going to learn about the wavy line. So wavy line. So it's a little bit like zigzag, but they are rounder. So let's try a diagonal zigzag. You can do that. You can do diagonal. You can do a wavy line with small waves like this, very small. So just use your fingers. So what are we going to do with those lines? We are going to put it on a tie. For this lesson, the materials you would need are scissors, paper, glue, and different types of beads that you can find around your house. So what we're going to do is you are going to take a piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half lengthwise, just like this. Then you are going to make two mountains. Now remember, when you're folding, that the opening is at the top and the folded side is closest to you. And you are going to make two mountains, just like this. Then you're going to cut it out. And when you open it, you will see a tie, but it's empty. And you are going to add some lines to the tie. So here I have some curves and some diagonal lines. I only put two types of lines here. You can use all four, but you can use 2 to 4. That's up to you. So what are we going to do after we put the line? We are going to put some glue on and put the beans on, which I will show you in the video. When you're finished, it would look like this. And then afterwards, you can try putting it on your shirt. Now the tie will be a lot bigger than some of the shirts that you made last week. So you can get a bath towel and fold it into a shirt and put your tie on and see what it looks like. Now, when you have finished, remember to take a picture and respond to the activity in Seesaw. Have fun creating a tie. See you next time. For this lesson, we're going to make a tie, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First, we fold your paper lengthwise. Remember to use 2 hands and press down to the middle. Then we're going to draw 2 mountains. Now, you can see there's an open side and there is a folded side. We are going to make our mountain just like this. So our triangle will be a small triangle and a big triangle, just like this. We should have the open side at the top and the folded side facing you. Then you are going to cut out the triangles or the mountain. And when you are ready, you should have a tie, just like this. After we have made the tie, remember we are going to add 4 different types of line. We can use 4 types, and those lines are horizontal, diagonal, zigzag, and wavy. So you don't have to do all the lines, but you can choose from those 4. I am going to make a wavy line. Now it's important to make these lines not too close together, otherwise it will be hard to put our beans on later. I'm going to do some diagonal lines here. That makes a V shape. So there it is. So there's my tie. After you have designed your tie, you are going to take out your materials. So the materials that I have would be, I have some green beans, black peas, soybeans, and some red beans, and toothpicks. So you can use any materials that you can find at home, any dry beans, even rice would work. You can even try some long noodles that's straight as part of your pattern. So what are we going to do? With the beans, you are going to glue them onto your tie with white glue. So here's my white glue. So how do you do this? We are going to make some glue lines. I'm going to start off with this one. And we're going to go slowly. If it doesn't match exactly, it's okay. Then you pick the type of beans you would like to use. I'm going to use some red beans. And you carefully put them on. So what we are looking for today for your art class is for you to make a tie and to complete the lines. Now, one of the little trick that I'm going to tell you is if your beans have some glue on it, then you might want to wait till the glue is dry before you touch it again. Otherwise, it's very, very sticky. So there's my first line. I'm gonna do another line. Here's some soybean. Now remember to always ask an adult before you use the materials, because it might be something that's expensive or it might be for dinner. You don't want to put your dinner on your artwork. So there's my second wavy line. Okay, lastly, I'm going to show you how to add some straight lines. So I have diagonal lines and I am going to use some toothpicks. Now, but my toothpick is too long. So what can you do? Hold your toothpick with two hands. Then you move them close to the center and you are going to push just like this and twist, and then you will be able to break your toothpick. If it's a little short, you can overlap your toothpick just like this. So I'm going to get another toothpick here for my other lines. There we go. So this is how it would look like. And the top, I probably only need one. There we go. So I'm going to put the glue on. Now remember, when you're using glue, boys and girls, we squeeze just a little bit so it doesn't all ooze out. Now parents, if you have no access to white glue, you can try double-sided tape, but might not be as effective. But if you have white glue, that will be the best material for them. Okay, so here's my other line. It's like a V. 1 and 2. So there's my line. So that is what I am looking for you to fill. So I have 1, 2, 3 more lines that I have to do, which I will show you as an example in your handout. If you have any question, please send me an email. Have a great week. Stomach, you count me in.